everyone. My name is Lakatude Amina. I'm going to be giving you my reflection on models and theories of early childhood care and education. Early childhood care and education refers to programs and services aimed at fostering children's development from birth to 8 years old, covering the cognitive, social, emotional, and physical development. Early childhood development in Uganda shows both progress and ongoing challenges. On the progress, there has been some improvement in child health and immunization. Uganda currently has started recognizing early childhood care and education. On the ongoing challenges, most early childhood education centers are privately owned. On being privately owned, they are expensive, which is making them inaccessible to some parents. Colonialists are the ones who brought in education in Uganda. So they left some colonial legacies like a rigid curriculum and content. By that, we need some decolonization. So decolonization of early childhood care and education is the process of undoing colonial influences and policies within early childhood care and education. So my first model of education is the industrial model of education. Industrial model of education refers to the traditional schooling system that children were learning during the Industrial Revolution, that's between the 18th to the 19th century. It was built on principles that mirrored the logic of factories and mass production. First and foremost, it was teacher-centered. Teachers had all the authority, and there was no any other source of knowledge apart from the teachers. There was a fixed curriculum. There was no room for creativity and personal choice. So the second one is the post-industrial model of education. This one started there in the late 20th century after the industrial model of education. This one was due to the rise of the technology, the improved technological progress. This one prioritizes critical thinking, problem solving, collaboration, and digital literacy. With the post-industrial model of education, there is use of digital tools, online resources that students use to study. So the third one is the Sir Ken Robinson model of education. Sir Ken Robinson, who was a British author, speaker, and international advisor on education, known for his influential talks on creativity and learning. His main idea was that schools should nurture creativity just like literacy, because imagination and innovation are crucial in this 21st century. Sir Ken Robinson emphasized that creativity is as important as literacy and it should be treated with the same status in schools. He was also against this standardized testing, which schools were putting in common, like giving students tests, exams during their assessment. He was against that. And he was like, teachers are just facilitators of creativity, and they should create an environment that gives children a learning area which is favorable. Another one, we have authentic learning. Authentic learning is a teaching and learning approach that connects what learners study in school to real life experiences. Yeah? What learners study in school, they connect it with real life experience outside the classroom. Learners investigate open-minded questions rather than memorizing content, sitting in class memorizing. No, with authentic learning, that one is not there. Learners focus on their interests, needs, and abilities, encourage ownership of the learning process. With authentic learning, teachers act as facilitators. They create an environment which is favorable to learners. They encourage teamwork, peer learning within the learners. After authentic learning, we have the Montessori model of education. Montessori model was founded by Dr. Marie Montessori. She was an Italian physician educator. She developed this teaching method while working with children with disabilities. It is one of the most recognized models in the whole world. Montessori is one of the most recognized models in the whole world. Montessori believed that children are naturally curious and capable of directing their own learning process when provided with the right environment. Classrooms are carefully designed with hands-on learning materials arranged in an orderly way, encouraging exploration, but within limits. Freedom is within limits with the Montessori model of education. Montessori emphasizes that children have to actively engage in the learning process so that they explore and experience more. With the Montessori model of education, teachers carefully observe each child. They observe each child to understand their interests, strengths, and developmental needs. Each child. Teachers introduce children to the Montessori materials by showing them how they can be used, and leave them and allow them to use them freely according to their interests. After the Montessori model of education, we have the Reggio Emilia model of education. Reggio Emilia approach began in the small town of Reggio Emilia in northern Italy after World War II. Loris Malaguzzi was a young teacher, and he was the key founder and visionary of this approach. He collaborated with parents and local communities to come up with this model of education. They wanted to rebuild a society which was favorable to nurture young children. Children were viewed as strong, curious, and full of potential, not just empty vessels to be filled with knowledge. No. And with the Reggio Emilia, the environment is taken as the third teacher because it is carefully designed to be welcoming, inspiring, and reflective on children's ideas, encouraging exploration. With this mode of education, there is documentation of children's work. The teachers with the Reggio Emilia, teachers are co-learners. They learn alongside children. A child can teach the teacher can also teach the child. They learn as co-learners. So lastly, Loris Malaguzzi wrote a poem called The 100 Languages of Children. This is a famous poem that he wrote, in that every child, he said that each child is born with the ability to discover, communicate, and learn in different ways. But when children are taken to school, the school steals 99 of the children. So the ways how children learn the 100 languages, for example, we have storytelling, building, drawing, singing, imagining, all those. But schools still 99 in a way that some teachers are not qualified to teach children. There are limited resources that allow creativity. Thank you. I remain Nakatude Amina.